I'd given 12 years to Horizon Media, a sleek advertising firm in Chicago's Loop, building campaigns that turned startups into household names. At 42, I was the creative director who'd crafted the viral Live Unbound campaign for Peak Pulse, a fitness app now valued at $2 billion. But on Wednesday evening, my boss, Garrett Holmes, called me into the glass-walled boardroom overlooking Lake Michigan. He sat beside Vanessa from HR, both wearing forced smiles that didn't reach their eyes. "Elena, we're realigning the creative department," Garrett said, his voice dripping with smug satisfaction. "Your campaign for Peak Pulse is being reassigned to a new team. We need fresh perspectives." Vanessa slid a folder across the table. "Your role is being phased out due to strategic shifts. You'll receive 6 weeks severance and outplacement services." I opened the folder, scanning the boilerplate termination agreement. "I understand," I said, my tone even, though my pulse quickened. They expected me to crumble, a Latina woman in an industry obsessed with youth and Ivy League pedigrees. But I'd seen this coming. 3 weeks earlier, I'd overheard Garrett in the break room boasting to a junior exec about streamlining my department to cut dead weight. "Wrap up your projects by tomorrow," Garrett added, leaning back. "Hand over all client files in your laptop." I nodded, stood, and left without a word. As I passed the open plan office, I saw my team, 5 talented designers I'd mentored, huddled over mock-ups for Peak Pulse's next phase. They didn't know yet, but they'd soon be collateral damage, and Garrett Aias planned to replace me with his protege, a 28-year-old with more Instagram followers than campaign wins. Back in my office, I sent a text from my personal phone to Rachel Kwan, CEO of Nexus Creative, Horizon's rising competitor based in Seattle. "It's done. Out by tomorrow. Ready to move." Her reply was instant. "Dinner tonight at Alinea. Contract's ready. Let's make waves." I smiled. Friday was going to be unforgettable. That night, over seared scallops in a private dining room, Rachel laid out the plan. 2 months ago, I had discovered Horizon legal team had failed to trademark the Live Unbound campaign slogan and branding assets I'd created. An oversight, they'd called it when I raised the issue, promising to fix it. But I dug deeper, accessing internal memos that revealed Garrett U.S. intent to reassign my work to his protege without crediting me, banking on my employment contract to claim ownership. What they did not know was that I'd developed the campaign's next iteration, interactive AR features increasing user engagement by 38% on my personal laptop during weekends. I'd trademarked it myself, with documentation proving it was outside company time. Rachel's legal team had expedited the process. "You sign with Nexus, we launch the AR campaign next week," Rachel said, passing me a contract. "You're our new VP of Innovation, with equity and royalties on all Live Unbound derivatives." I signed, my future secured. "What about my team?" I asked. Rachel grinned. "Offers are drafted. Senior roles 20% raises. They're yours if they want in." Thursday passed in a blur of exit protocols and farewells. I handed over my laptop, ensuring every file was meticulously documented, evidence of my professionalism. Garrett stopped by as I packed my desk, a framed award from Adweek for Live Unbound tucked into my box. "Nothing personal, Elena," he said, feigning sincerity. "The industry's just moving younger." I smiled. "Business is business." He didn't catch the edge in my voice. Friday morning, I walked out of Horizon's skyscraper for the last time, the Chicago skyline gleaming. By 8 a.m., Nexus AS press release hit. Nexus Creative acquires exclusive rights to Live Unbound AR campaign, welcomes creator Elena Martinez as VP of Innovation. It detailed my trademark and the campaign's new features, noting that Horizon would need licensing agreements to continue using the branding. My phone buzzed with texts from my team. "Elena, what's happening?" "Boardroom's a war zone," I replied. "Check your personal emails. Offers waiting." At Horizon, Garrett's morning meeting turned chaotic. My team's group chat relayed the scene. Executives scrambling, legal pouring over my contract, Peak Pulse's CEO demanding answers. Horizon's stock dipped 9% by noon. At Nexus's Seattle office, I settled into my new role, my team's acceptances rolling in. By Monday, Horizon's attorneys reached out, proposing licensing talks. Rachel's team responded with terms, steep royalties, and public acknowledgement of my creation. Garrett's ego would hate it, but they had no choice. Rebuild the campaign from scratch or pay up. 3 months later, at an industry gala in New York, I accepted an award for innovation in advertising. Horizon's market share was slipping, while Nexus soared. My team thrived, and I'd finally claimed the recognition I deserved. Revenge? No. It was about owning my value,